show me the money. There you go. Alright. Okay, so... Oh, what was the one with... What was the one? What was the code to cheat code that does like all the upgrades? Ah, I forgot. But anyways, something for nothing? Something for nothing? Alright, let's just build out. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Let's just build it here. Show me the money. Alright, so first of all, you need to know power overwhelming, show me the money, Operation Qual in order to get Hydras out by 6. This is how Cross gets Hydras out by 6 minutes. So yeah, that's rule number 1. You need to know how to use cheat codes. Alright, okay, so now going into how do you load and unload fast? The basic tutorial.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay. So we have about what? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have about like 60 Hydras, right? So 60 Hydra divided by 4, that's 12. No, 15 overlords. So we're gonna load 15 overlords, right? 12 in here, 3 here. Okay, so the easiest way to load and unload load is let's say like you're masked up here, right? Like overlords are floating around here, and then you have Hydras here, and you're trying to load them up. So what I tend to do is usually I have about 12 Hydras on hockey 1, right? So it's 1, and then I have another 2 on hockey 2. So I have 1 and 2, and then I have 3, and then let's say we get some lurkers, right? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, right? Okay, so we have this is my hockey setup. It's 1, 2, 3 Hydras and 4 is lurkers. So what I do here, oh relax. Okay, so what I do here is you get these overlords, right? So I click on 1. I click 1, and then I right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click. Right? Did everyone get that? Right click, shift right click, shift right click. So now you have to do a little bit of calculation in your head. Hydras take up 4, right? So if you have 12 Hydras, how many overlords you need? You only need 3. Right? So let's do that again. Let's do that again, okay? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 12 divided by 4 equals 3? Yes, you're correct. So you have to be a little bit precise with this. So if I were to just do this, I would do right click, shift right click, shift right click, right click, shift right click, shift right click, right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, like that. Do you guys get it? Right? And then same thing with lurkers too. Same thing with lurkers. And then it will just like kind of find its way, right? And let's say like you have this overlord, and then you kind of place all of them in here, but some of them are empty. You right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click. And then the overlord will go to each unit, the empty ones, to pick up the lurkers. So for instance, let's say like so let's do this. We do that. See how the overlord just automatically picks it up? Do you guys get that?
The hive cluster is under attack.
So, okay, let's unload and then try again. In case anyone doesn't know, any action taken while shift is held down are basically waypoints. Or Q action for that unit. Yeah, that's true. So, shift key in general is...
The hive cluster is under attack.
You go here and then you do this action afterwards. So if I move my Hydra here and I shift right click here, then it's gonna move here and then go over here. So for instance, right click, shift right click. And then Hydra moves to the other side, right? Same thing with loading and unloading, right? Alright, so we have 2, 3, 4. And then let's hockey these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have these overlords here chilling. Right? So select an overlord, select one, then right click, shift right click. No, don't select any overlord. Assume that you have all your units hockeyed 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We have Hydras on 1, we have another Hydras on 2, Hydras on 3, and then Lurkers on 4, right? So we're gonna click 1 first. So we selected Hydras, right? We selected Hydras. We're gonna right click to start the load, right? We're gonna right click to start the load, and then the overlord comes and load the Hydras, right? But then nothing happens afterwards. In order to queue up your loading, what you have to do here is after okay, so after you right click to initiate the load, if you shift right click on the second overlord, it will load on the first overlord and then load on the second overlord and then so on and so on, right? So if I maybe if I do this, yeah, maybe if I make it further away. I thought when you right click on an overlord, Hydras would attack it. Right click is only for right click attack is only for enemy. For your own overlord, it doesn't attack your. You have to A click to attack. But then other than that, it will load instead of attack. Okay, so let's demonstrate. Yeah, what does he say? Let's demonstrate far away. So, okay, let's kill these medics first. Go away, go away. Stop bothering us. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna load this one first, then we're gonna shift right click this one second, and then we're gonna shift right click this third overlord, okay? So we're gonna right click, shift right click, shift right click. And then it loaded up this first, loaded up that second, and then loaded up that third. And that's how you load. So, how do you load them fast? Same thing. You click on your hotkey Hydras, right click, shift right click, shift right click. 3, right click, shift right click, shift right click. 4, right click, shift right click. Right, shift right click. And then it just automatically queues up and loads, right? That's how it's done. Okay, so we got the basic of right. We got the basics of. I'm about to be a drop master now. Okay, so now we got the basic of how to. What the heck? Yo, come on, can you relax? Yo, chill, stop. Okay, so we got the basic load. Now unloading. But in the moment you may forget how many overlords you've queued. That's why hotkey matters, or it helps you, because you click on 3 and then you click on 3 and then you click on 3 and then 4 is well, lurkers, so you need 6 overlords, right? So now we're gonna work on how to unload them fast. There are 2 different types of unload. You don't wanna just click on your overlord and then unload. If you do that, then sometimes it's so slow. You see how slow that is? It's mad slow, right? There's still stuff that's like trying to load and unload right now. Okay, so you don't want to just click and then unload. What you want to do is you want to first group them up, right? There are 2 different ways. One, it's called parachute loading. Parachute unloading is only good when you're going into the enemy's base and they have cannons around. For instance, like let's say this was a cannon and you want your overlords to be moving while dropping. That's probably the best way. So if I right click, okay, so I'm gonna right click and unload, click on the overlord, meaning right click, unload on the overlord, and it unloads like a parachute, right? Once again. So it's gonna, let's say we're moving, unload on the parachute. Or unload on the overlord. And then it parachutes drop. Now that's a way to do a parachute drop. So for instance, like let's say we're pushing this, right? I'm going for a drop here. There are cannons here. Or something, right? I'm gonna unload this one and it distract them and then go over to this CC. Right? So what you do here is, how do you do a mass drop? Typically you want to drop on top of a building. You don't want to drop on top of like an area where there's nothing on the ground. So you want something that's like, that takes up a lot of space. Meaning you could drop on top of the gas here, or you could drop on top of the main command center. Is it one overlord at a time though? It is one overlord at a time. That's why you have to kind of like click and then unload, click and unload, click and unload. But you didn't click on the overlord? I did click on the overlord. Watch. Okay. Okay, we're going to attack. Alright, we're going. And then click, unload. And then we're gonna go on top of this command center. You want to be on top of a building, and then you know how it's all grouped up like this? You want to spam at the center of the grouped overlord. Does that make sense? It's all grouped up like that, right? Where is the center? Center is like right here. This is where you want to be spamming your unload button. So if I start spamming unload here, everything's gonna drop. So if I spam unload, go on top of this building, unload. Spam on the unload. Spam on the unload. Spam on top of the CC at the center. You see how everything just dropped right on top? Right. Center of where your overlords are at. Like this. Yeah. And yeah, and then you do this. Can you imagine if Protoss knew this trick with Reavers? That's the trick I use with Reavers. What do you mean spam unload? Is, you know how you have a load button and then you have a load button and an unload button. Load and unload. Unload all, right?
Forces are under attack.
Right. I have my unload button on R, but by default it should be U. U is a little far away, so I changed it to R. which makes it easier to do a drop. Okay, so please stop ruining my gameplay experience, Cross, and cut out the recruiters. So same thing. Let's go on top of the gas now. Okay, got it. So you're just hitting unload all when you're over the building you're dropping on. I'm hitting unload all at the center of the overlord. Like it's clumped up, like center of the overlord, like right here. You see where my mouse is? Can you guys see the mouse? Right here. It's like center of the overlord. You see that? Will it be same in Terran? It'd be the same as Terran. This is global trick. Yeah, so right here. Like this. Okay. So does it work on top of geyser? It does work on top of geyser. So let's say we are going from here, and then we're going through here. And then sometimes there are a lot of cannons or maybe lurkers here. So if you do this, whatever space it gives, that's how it loads. Or unloads, like that. But it generally does unload same amount or same speed. Best is if you could get on top of a hatchery, nexus, or layer, or any type of building. Like a building that's like this big. Factory, barrack, gateway, hatchery, hive, command center, nexus, starport. Any of those size building should work. Yeah. So I think that's about it. Yeah.